Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again. And you know what I love, guys? You know what I love? Challengers of the Unknown. Specifically, this version of Challengers of the Unknown. And if you're not familiar with it, that's okay. Not a whole lot of people are, but it's a really awesome book and some really awesome characters. Their first appearance was in Showcase number 6 in February of 1957. They're created by Jack Kirby, Joe Simon, and Dave Wood, although there is some argument about that. The original team consisted of Ace Morgan, pilot, Red Ryan, stuntman daredevil, Rocky Davis, boxer, wrestler, all-around strongman, Professor Hurley, the skin diver, who's kind of like an undersea explorer, expert type guy. And then later on they would add to the roster the addition of June Robbins, their first female character, who unfortunately in her first few appearances is more of a damsel in distress, but she is nevertheless an integral part of the team and what makes them so awesome. So over the years there have been a lot of attempts to kind of reboot the team with a different roster and kind of having it do a different kind of thing, and they've all worked out to either greater or lesser degrees of success, but today we're not here to talk about that. Today we're here to talk about something I'm very excited about, and that is the new Challengers, coming out of DC's New Age of Heroes, with art by Andy Kubert, written by Scott Snyder and Aaron Gillespie. It's got inks by Klaus Janson, with color by Brad Anderson, and letters by Darren Bennett. Right on, guys. I've been really excited for this book. Like I said, I love the Challengers, and I'm really just cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. We open then, somewhere over the Himalayas, as a storm rages with a small airplane carrying a nervous pilot and a mysterious figure wrapped in bandages. The figure tells him to head toward the mountain. The pilot responds that it doesn't matter how much he's paying. The storm's too bad, so he's turning back. To which the bandaged figure throws him out of the plane and commences to crash it into a small crevice in the side of the mountain. He emerges from the flaming wreckage, exclaiming, "At last!" Cut to Colorado now. With a flash of blue light, a confused woman drops into the middle of a strange lab. Only moments after noticing the strange hourglass tattoo on her arm, the light flashes again, and she's joined by others, all equally confused and equally pissed off. These are Tarina Alvarez, Robert Brink, Moses Barker, and Crunch. After an understandable bit of squabbling, we get a brief rundown on Trina's backstory and the heroic events leading up to her arrival here. Specifically, her death. That's what they all remember, their deaths. Then, the group is joined by yet another mysterious figure who informs them that there's a very good reason for that. It's because they're all dead. This is Prof. He explains that this is Challenger Mountain, the home base of the death-defying adventurers, the Challengers of the Unknown. He then leads the group into a memorial hall, featuring effigies of all the previous teams of the Challengers, and explains to them their new role. They're to continue this legacy. Yes, they are dead, but as long as they work for the Challengers and obey the rules, they will get a second chance, provided they can achieve their missions before their hourglass tattoo runs out, along with their lives. Brink doesn't take this well. He's not going to be ordered around by anyone, and since he has a second chance, he decides to take it and walk. But the moment he steps from the safety of Challenger Mountain, he screams out in agony as his body melts. After that, everyone else is in. Trina even muses that this second chance could be a way for her to help more people and save even more lives than she could as a medic, or on the streets of Gotham City. And with that, the team is sent out on their first mission, the extraction of an artifact from an extremely dangerous location. Our adventurers find themselves floating on a beautiful sea, a sea suspended within the very cosmos itself at the end of the universe. Just as the team begins to comprehend and take it all in, suddenly a giant claw emerges from the water, ripping their craft apart, and then from out of the waters burst forth a giant space crab, its monumental motion flinging these new challengers into the air. Back at Challenger Mountain, as they monitor the mission, Prof's AI expresses concern over the new team, but Prof insists that he have faith, and stop buzzing over his shoulder, interrupting him as he's focusing on his grander plan. With that, a strange blue glow begins to emit from his pocket. He pulls out another fragment of the very artifact that the team searches for, and declares, "We are close." And that is where this issue ends, guys. Right on, children of the screen. That was DC's New Challengers #1 coming out of DC's New Age of Heroes, and I really enjoyed it. I really did. Again, I love the challengers, and while they're changing up some things and obviously not going with the original team, again, as I said, I've read a lot of the challenger books, like the reboots and stuff, but I haven't read all of them, so the things they're doing in here might very well have been set up in one of those previous books, especially with where DC's at right now, where like kind of anything can be continuity again. But nevertheless, even if this was stuff that wasn't set up previously, it all worked for me. Like the way the story unfolded, the way that we were introduced to the characters, the way that we're drawn in specifically to Trini's character. Like, man, a lot of the other characters didn't get a lot of development, but if they end up getting the same care and treatment that her character got in this book, then I don't think we have anything to worry about. The writing by Scott Snyder and Aaron Gillespie is really awesome. Again, like, it's very utilitarian. It gives you what you need and not a whole lot more, which is saying something coming from a book written by Snyder. He usually gives you everything, even a few things you don't need. But this was very streamlined. Obviously, it's not a full story. It's just the first chapter to get us into it, which also I kind of like because Challengers of the Unknown, like the old kind of magazine that it was named after, Challenge of the Unknown, it's all about mystery, and it's about, like, slowly figuring things out and unfolding and, like, wondering if you're ever going to figure it out. So in that respect, I feel that this pacing works a lot better for this book than it has for a lot of the other books coming out of DC's New Age of Heroes. And as I said, the second issue might not hold up as some of the other issues from the DC New Age of Heroes have shown to do. It might not, but this one I thought was really awesome. The writing, solid. The artwork by, Jesus, man, Kubert's art in this book, it's perfect. It's perfect for the kind of book it is. It's really awesome. It never distracted me. With Jansen's inks, I would say the same thing. Like some books, the artwork is meant to stand out, and in other books, it's just meant to bring you into the story and draw you into the story and service the story. And that's really what they focused on with this, is setting up a good entry point into what will hopefully be an unfolding mystery and character study as we explore the cosmos and do all kinds of cool stuff. So anyway, guys, like I said, I really enjoyed this book this week, but because it is the first book and we're not getting much of a story, it'll be getting 3.5 out of 5 GGs, but it will be getting a definite recommend because, like I said, I really enjoyed this book. But that's just what I thought, guys. Did you check out this book this week? If so, what did you think? Did you like it? Or are you not so sure? You're going to wait for the second issue? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please leave a like and share it with some friends. That's more important now than ever with everything YouTube has been changing up on small YouTubers like myself. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the cool content I'll have coming out in the future. One last thing, guys, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I have the links for those in the description of this video below. Thank you very much for your time, children of the screen. I really hope you have a good one. Nerd Scum, out.